Happy Saturday, Mid Game Network. My food y'all could there. There's a lot of controversy going on. I was watching the big YouTuber Hassan Campbell. I kind of follow him. I subscribe to him. I went in on him one time though, a couple years ago, because it was just too much. He was just going too far with certain things, so I had to vent. And that's the only time I usually bring him up. But for the most part, I do catch him when he's live. Or he's a Muslim, and so I consider him my Aki, a brother, and I try to support him, even though I don't always agree with what he's doing. He gets that alcohol in him, and it takes him on different paths, down different roads, and to each his own. That's what he deals with. So, and he speaks on certain subjects, controversial subjects. He's made alliances with certain people. He has broken alliances with certain people he's made alliances with. But for the most part, I try to get the message that he's trying to deliver, and I don't really, all the buffoonery and all the other stuff. I kind of tolerate it, and just try to get the clear message that he's trying to give. And for the most part, with him, he gives a message. I think his intentions are well. It's his delivery. He's pure dope, no cut. So his delivery is not going to be for everybody. The way he routes his message is not for everybody. And so he creates a lot of animosity towards a lot of different people and YouTubers that particularly that's in his neighborhood in New York or whatever, that's up in New York. And he's got enemies everywhere. I remember a situation when he first came out with his story, that he had he was talking about him being abused by African Bambaataa. And I kind of made fun of that a little bit when I was kind of responding to him one time. But because he got me vexed, because I was confused. He said this happened when he was young. At one time they said I thought he said he was 15. Now he's saying he was 12. But I never could get past the fact that why did you keep going around the brother who abused you? I hear that with women, and their husbands or boyfriends and stuff like that. So, I'm hearing a dude, so I'm looking at it from a dude's perspective. Even though he's young. I remember when I was 12, 14, 13, whatever, I was not letting some dude putting their hands on me. I would have died. I would just had to be killed. Because I wouldn't have thought about it. Wouldn't have been no, what if he killed me? It would have just been a reaction. And that can be dangerous, or it can just be smart. It can be just who you are. You know what I'm saying? So, wasn't no grown man, no weirdo type dude or anything like that getting me in a position where they could try to take advantage of me. You understand what I'm saying? I learned from my parents, all that. Don't accept candy and all that stuff resonated with me when I was young. People tell me, oh, come here, man, let me show you something. Nah, bro. You know what I mean? And I'm looking them square in the eye like, if you come further, I'm going to pick up this rock or brick or whatever I can get my hands on, and I'm going to throw it right at your chest or head. Straight like that. Without fail. You will be hitting that ground. And you will be rolling around in in pain. Real pain if I don't finish you off. Because I might black out on you. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. You know what I mean? You try to violate me. You try to think you're going to get one over on me. You know what I mean? You try to think you're going to do your little weirdo stuff with me. Nah, it wasn't happening. Because I'm going to get you back. I'm thinking every day after any type of little weirdo thing you try to suggest, I'm thinking a way to stab you in your jugular, any kind of way to get away from you. And I'm definitely not going back. So that's why I was confused at Hassan Campbell. Bro, why you keep going back up there? And if you're saying you're a gangster or you're a street dude, why you ain't pop that dude? Why you ain't shank him? And I don't promote violence, but when it comes to some joker who's trying to manipulate me or trying to put me in a situation, then I have to take my street survival tactics up another level and inflict that on you. Because I'm all about getting you before you get me. I'm going to set it off. I'm not going to wait and try to figure out, I wonder what's going to happen today. Is he going to come? Nah, that's not happening. No, I'm going to set it off. I'm going to dictate. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go on the offensive, a preemptive attack to taking you out. So I don't try to put myself in these situations with these jokers. I try to study people for what they are and the energy they give out. And I don't like the way you move. I don't like your energy. And you doing weirdo things and stuff like that. Then I'm going to look at you sideways. And I'm going to act accordingly. So that's just enough about me. But Hassan Campbell, he's got little issues with certain people. Let me get back to what I was saying. I know he was on. I first got introduced to, first known about the dude from the Doggie Diamonds, No Filter podcast, his show. And shout out to Doggie Diamonds, good dude, good brother who has a nice message. And I picked up a lot of different. He's entertaining. His builds and all that, his conversation, his life conversations give you a little bit about how his journey was to get to the point he's at. Doggie Diamond's he's pushing on almost 300,000 followers. Hassan Campbell is pushing up on 500,000 followers or subscribers on YouTube, and they get that support. I'm a small dude. I do this for fun. It's no big deal to me, but it's just an outlet for me, just to vent or whatever. And so I've slowed down on this channel, Mid Game Network, a little bit because I just been kind of busy doing other things. I got so many different channels, so my time is just a little bit slowed, but I'll be picking it up shortly. So, but anyway, those two are kind of like in this beef right now, and they've been going back and forth. It was kind of like a Cold War. That was, I wouldn't say brewing, but they were just kind of like two ships that passed in the night. They would, like Hassan would say, yeah, shout out to Doggie Diamonds, but there was some tension going on. Like I said, a Cold War, but it bubbled up. Apparently, it bubbled up. You would hear little innuendos on Doggie Diamond show in regards to, if Hassan Campbell would mention them, in any kind of bad light, so to speak. And so Doggie Diamonds would just go back and rebuttal basically about, pulling out his receipts, this, that, and the third. So anyway, it came to a head this week, a couple days ago. In Hassan Campbell's latest live, he talked about everything. He talks about this. He's always in this conspiracy type thing about the country and all these, earthquakes and disaster and, all this and all that. And so they went back and forth. He said something about Doggie Diamonds, which was foul, to be honest with you. He was talking about Doggie Diamonds, his channel is failing. Nobody's watching him. He doesn't get any views anymore. He used to be great, but now his channel is dead. He's a failing YouTuber. He was what he was back then, but right now he doesn't match up to the level of what I'm doing right now. So, and then he kind of went in on Doggie, talking about, well, Doggie Diamonds, I lost respect for Doggie Diamonds. I'm paraphrasing when he said that, you came on Clubhouse when Whack 100 violated you and talked bad about you. You came back on Clubhouse and basically lapping up to Whack 100, which was not true. They had a little back and forth. They squashed it through mutual people that they know, and it didn't get out of hand. It did get a little spicy, and things get spicy with Whack 100. Whack is a smart dude, man. He knows how to market, and he knows how to keep his name, out there, and that's smart. And for the most part, Wack knows what he's doing. But if you listen to Wack, like I said, if you get past all the other interference and all that other stuff, and just listen to what he's saying, he has good advice for people, to be honest with you, if you really listen to him. So that's why I rock with Wack 100. And I rock with Doggie Diamonds and Hassan. You know what I'm saying? So I don't always agree with everything they say, but for the most part, it's entertaining. I like listening to the majority of things they say. Doesn't mean I agree with everything, no, but I still rock with it. It's no big deal. Because it's just what I do. I try to give support. And so so Doggie got wind of this, and he did a live while Hassan was doing his live, and Doggie did his live to rebuttal this. He was like, yo, basically what touched Doggie off was Hassan saying that he was sucking off Wack 100 to get back in his good gracious and stuff like that. And that's foul. You don't tell a man something like that. You don't say that about somebody, man. You know what I mean? People are so quick to invite people to their genitalia. You know what I mean? And I know where I'm from. That can get you, you can get murked like that real quick. Pop your head off real quick without a blink in the eye. I mean, you can get murked off a glare where I'm from. But if you try to do that little funny stuff like that, man, it's not gonna go unchecked. It's not gonna go unchecked. So Doggie addressed the situation. He went in. He roast Hassan. He roast him, and with no seasoning, he roast him. And he went in. He went all the way in. Pause. But he went in, and he got his bars off. So he went into the fact that Hassan, he in Hawaii, he puts a camera up. Who goes to Hawaii on vacation, put a camera up and stare at the camera and just start crying while you in a paradise, So I thought that was funny, because I did see that episode of Hassan, and I was like, what is this dude doing, man? Here you are, you in Hawaii chilling, and you still, are you doing this for drama? Are you real? I mean, I'm confused. But depression is depression, so he's dealing with a lot. I know he lost his mom a year or so ago, and everybody's relationship with their mother is different. Some people, they have back and forths with their mother. Some people are just submissive when they come to their mom. They just back off. Some people, they kind of, depends on your personality. Your mom know how to touch buttons that no other people know. Obviously, she's raised you, so she can touch buttons. She can push your buttons, and you can react one of two ways. You can either be silent and listen to her, or you can just go off and go back and forth and yell at each other and stuff like that. A lot of it's disrespectful, but people's feelings are involved, so I get it. But this was crazy, man. I mean, if you check it out, it was wild. It was wild. And then Hassan came back the next day and was talking about, Doggie was never my friend. My friends don't sit down with my enemies and chop it up. You don't just do that. If you're a real friend, you got to respect. You don't have people up who are enemies, and you don't check them about certain things they say about me, then I can't rock with you. So that was the backdrop, or the gist of it. You know what I mean? Hassan is kind of pissed off that Doggie apparently, allegedly, is not checking certain people that they know mutually that snaps back at Hassan for whatever reason. And Hassan is saying that if you are a friend, why won't you check this dude who's talking greasy about me? And my whole thing with that, Hassan, I'm like, man, look, you said some outlandish stuff, man. And loyalty, you want someone to be loyal, but you had flipped on a lot of people too. And you say it because they were being unloyal to you, but a lot of times you have flipped on people And all we get is what you come out with and what you put out there. We don't see the back and forth, the backstory of what caused, the fallout. But you have flipped on people. And I know Five God, you flipped on him. You flipped on, you had something to say about China Mac. You had something to say about the 050 movement. You had something to say about the Harlem Legends. Shout out to all of them. And you had something to say about, Trife Gangsta. And what you said about Trife Gangsta on Clubhouse was kind of foul, bro. You told the man to pick his brother up. Shout out to Banger. That was foul, bro. So you got enemies, bro. You got enemies in your own city, different boroughs. Shout out to Mac Mean. I saw his I saw his little live he did yesterday. And Mac Mean, shout out to that brother, man. And hey, I try to, hey, look, man, I'm just catching the entertainment for me, but I'm trying to get the message and everything. But let's hope. But anyway, Doggie Diamond said he's not rocking with Hassan ever again. I mean, he said, I heard him say with Wacko, on Clubhouse, he said that if that guy was on fire, he wouldn't even piss to put the fire out on him. So their relationship, or whatever relationship they had, is totally dissolved. And I just hope, man, brothers cooler heads can prevail. They both from New York. Doggie Diamonds is from Brooklyn. Shout out to Brooklyn. Hassan Campbell is from the Bronx. And shout out to the Bronx. So shout out to DC, shout out to New Jersey, shout out to Philly, shout out to Baltimore, shout out to the whole East Coast, shout out to the West Coast. So if y'all get to looking at it, man, and y'all follow them, it's been quite the content, man. It's a lot of good content, but it's crazy. But anyways, that's my time. Men Game Network. My Fushaka there.